Complacency is a weakness that patriots can't afford. For this reason, Carr Firearms is teaming up with America First in 2021. Carr believes Americans shouldn't be afraid to publicly stand up for our freedoms, that this is about more than being a gun enthusiast or hobbyist. This has become a very personal issue, struggling for the very soul of our republic. Carr wants America First listeners to know that they are not afraid to publicly support our Second Amendment Friday programs. Check out their website, kahr.com. That's kahr.com. I'm Sebastian Gorka. This is America First. It's special when you get a legend on your show. If you say the name Wilson Combat or Bill Wilson amongst the cognoscenti of the gun world, there is a pause, there is a nod, and there is respect paid. And we've got him on the line. Mr. Wilson, welcome to America First. Well, we are very excited about you joining us, and as I prepared for today's segment, I did a little bit of reading about you, and it's funny. You call yourself somebody who's infatuated with firearms. That's something I share with you. My father taught me to have respect for them. He spent his childhood fixing mechanical clocks during the war, making a bit of money fixing clocks in Budapest. He has a mechanical eye, or had a mechanical eye. That's something I inherited. And I find that that's something in your background. Tell us how you began your engineering life, if you will.
Well, I mean, going all the way back, I've always been interested in guns. I mean, that's been, as far back as I can remember, that's been my main interest. And really, the way I got into the whole firearms industry thing was started competition, and anytime you're competing, you always think, well, if I had better gear, I would do better. When in reality, if you just trained harder, you would do better. But anyway, built a gun for myself and won a few matches, and a buddy says, build me a gun, and won a few. He won some matches with it. Next thing I know, I was in the gun business.
And is it true that you started off in the watchmaking business as well?
Yeah, my folks ran a jewelry store for 53 years, and they wanted me to take over the family business and all that. And I have less than zero interest in the jewelry business. I mean, to me, a reliable watch is the only piece of jewelry that I have any interest in whatsoever. But my dad made a really poor choice of negotiation with me. He basically said, if you'll go to watchmaking school, I'll let you set up a little gun shop in one of my, rental business buildings, and you can come back from school, on the weekend and, dabble with your gun stuff. And so that's how I got to the watchmaking school and all that. It was kind of a deal that, he thought this whole gun fad was going to go away someday, and I was going to, take over the family business. Well, it didn't necessarily work out the way he had it planned.
No, it didn't, because Wilson Firearms have been setting the standard since the 1970s, especially when it comes to the classic warhorse or the perfected version of the 1911. So talk to us about what Wilson Combat does today and what you provide American customers with.
Well, kind of our primary specialty is firearms for home protection, tactical use, that sort of stuff. But we also do a lot of rifles for hunting purposes too. But we've kind of morphed from a strictly 1911 company to now there's like our Exxon series of handguns, which they're kind of 1911-ish, but they're not true 1911s. High capacity pistols, but like especially right now in this current environment that we're in, the craziness of the firearms industry. Actually, our rifle division is busier than the handgun side of the company, and so rifles are a huge percentage of our business now.
If you want to check out some of the finest handguns and rifles available today, write this down: wilsoncombat.com. You will not regret it. wilsoncombat.com. Let's talk about what you're witnessing today. What is happening in the market in general, and what is Wilson Combat witnessing?
Okay. I've been in this business now as Wilson Combat 41 years, and then, as I alluded to before, the retail business for 3 or 4 years prior to that. And during all this time, I have never seen panic buying like we're seeing right now.
So even under Clinton, even under Obama?
This is like all of the previous ones all rolled into one. And all my colleagues that I visit with in the firearms industry, they're all saying the same thing. They've never ever seen anything like this before.
And you say that the rifles are getting more of an interest. What are people interested in? Is it 223, 5.56 rifles?
Primarily 5.56, but all calibers are popular right now. I mean, people are so desperate to get a gun that they will just buy almost anything right now, I think. I mean, it's the craziest times we've ever seen. I mean, to put it in perspective, I mean, right now, our back orders right now are larger than our best previous year prior to 2020.
So just your back orders are bigger than a whole year's best results. Incredible. It's wilsoncombat.com. In the last few seconds we have with you, Mr. Wilson, what is your message to those who don't take seriously the threat to our Second Amendment rights?
Man, anybody that owns a gun or respects freedom, they've got to fight for our Second Amendment rights, because we're about to lose our First Amendment rights, looks like, by everybody being censored. So if we lose the Second Amendment too, I mean, we're just going to be, slaves to all the, powers to be, the deep state.
Very, very succinctly put. They're all connected. The First Amendment, the Second Amendment are basic freedoms, and the threats upon them today. Well, we are honored to have had you on our show. Seriously, guys, if you know anything about guns, if you want to learn about guns and avail yourself of the finest, go today to wilsoncombat.com. God bless you, sir. I'm Sebastian Gorka, former Deputy Assistant to the President of the United States. This is America First, broadcasting across the nation to millions of listeners, live streaming on YouTube. Sadly, we're living under a Biden-Harris administration. What does it mean for your finances? More debt? More regulation, more money printing, less growth, and higher taxes. The importance of owning physical gold and silver has never been greater. Call the veteran-owned Midas Gold Group today to get their guide to owning bullion and coins. Call 480-360-3000 or go to MidasGoldGroup.com.